Good afternoon, and thanks for visiting youhaveabroker.com. This is not an overly uh, uh, produced little video here. We just have a very impromptu, but I want to give you a small tour. My name is Bobby Drish, and I founded youhaveabroker.com on the specific idea that that's what I would say when I go out to meet customers as clients, that they're, you have a broker. It got so catchy that we just made a website out of it. Now, if you're in a hurry and you just need a fast quote, please just go over to the quoting engine and you can get an Assurant quote on limited benefit plans in case you're a student or you just want something to be able to get to the doctor, prescriptions, and anything that have to do with immunizations and whatever. Keep your own doctor. Choose that plan. That's fine. If you would just want a quote, you can go right over here and grab one. You can apply online. You can get your entire coverage set up. But the reason that you have a broker is because we look at the whole picture of your coverage, which is what happens in disability versus major medical. What happens when you break your leg and it's 20 grand? We can show you ways that you still get to eat, put food on your table, get enough cash for you to live on, at the same time as offsetting the costs of what your major medical won't touch. And that's a shocking thing because people really are very confused these days. And what we do is eat, sleep, and drink this stuff every day in meetings about how these things have changed. Health, disability, critical illness. You need the whole package, folks. You just don't need, just sign me up for Humana. That's just not going to protect you financially. The reason that you use a broker is because your financial future and the risk of medical bankruptcy is real. It's over 58% of all bankruptcies have to do with medical bills. So our job is to serve you, and it's of no cost to you at all. It doesn't cost you a thing to have a conversation. Take about 30 minutes. We'll go through and get a quote, and we'll talk about life insurance and critical illness. All of these things are not mutually exclusive. So we're going to be able to do this fast on your behalf, fighting for your interests. And that's why you need a broker these days. So along those lines, I would also like to show you that we start thinking about not just short-term or student health insurance, short-term. We also start to look at critical illness. And critical illness is important today because one broken leg can, sometimes be the difference. Your major medical is going to cover the leg. The doctors, the hospital, the facilities, the surgery, the medications, all that stuff is going to be taken care of in a perfect world. But who pays your rent? Who goes to the grocery store? And how is that taken care of? So up to 60% of your monthly income we can put back into your benefits, and you won't have to wait that long. The benefit period, you might want elimination periods a little bit more. You pay a little bit more for a shorter one, but there are more questions to ask than just do you have diabetes? So you can look for that. So what I help you do is I help you get qualified. I see if you can afford what you'd like, and I also make sure that you go through underwriting correctly, and you get that policy when you need it on the day that you need it. If you need your policy and you want to start July, realize there's about a 4-week wait. So even if you applied today, there's no reason to hesitate. There's absolutely no reason to hesitate not getting a quote and not getting, at least in the application process, on, again, the sharpest rate for your particular area based on the coverage that you need. That's what we do. And we're able to do that 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'm willing to spend 30 minutes with you. I'll share my screen just like you're seeing right now. I'll share my screen and we'll actually go through the entire quote process, get you the quote that you need on the company that makes the most sense, on the plan that makes the most sense. And we're going to get through these questions here. Very simple. I want to make something perfectly clear. It does not matter what your previous pre-existing condition is to me. You can get insured, regardless of what it is. Now, you may have a long waiting period. It may be a little bit more expensive, but it's probably not going to exceed more than 60% of, let's say, the high-risk pool, where you would have to go if you had emphysema or COPD, or you had a heart attack or cancer or stroke. Any of those things you would have to be forced to buy really expensive insurance. Well, you don't have to today. So we want to make sure that that's clear to you too. And you're going to have to invest about, I would say, about a half hour to an hour's worth of time. If you have a spouse, gentlemen, please, guys, if you have a wife and you go shopping for health insurance by yourself and you do not include her, that's the end of our relationship. I get in more trouble from guys who go poking on the web for their insurance and they really don't really have that much attention span. So I'm telling you guys, if I have a conferencing system that all she's got to do from her desktop and your desktop, whether you're in Washington and she's in Jacksonville, Florida, you can both get online with me instantly. I'll invite you to this same thing. Make the decision together. Do not shop for insurance of any kind alone without your spouse. Otherwise, I can't work with you because she's just going to be mad at me. She's going to be furious. That is kind of funny, but it is true. Also, when we do group health events, if you're an employer and you'd like a way to get whatever policy that you would want into a list bill for your employees, we go to speak with these groups quite a bit, and I'm not very shy, but I try to make things a lot fun. There's some fun kind of insurance jokes that we have over time. But we do events and we plan these things together that are pretty humorous for folks that actually lay it on the line and show you the law and give you a good presentation. At the same time, you don't have to pay for it. If the individuals would like to have health insurance, I want to make sure that you know that we can do group. Thanks very much for joining me. 512-553-4848. YouHaveABroker.com. It couldn't be more simple than that. We'll make your life just a little bit easier. Appreciate you stopping by and look forward to talking with you.